Yeah, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, for another round here in the IndyCar Legends Racing Series. Round 10, in fact, here at Road America. Be 250 miles, 65 laps around this majestic, one-of-a-kind track here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Considered a crown jewel on the circuit. However, not part of our Triple Crown series on the schedule. That first race of that took place last week at Indianapolis with our Indianapolis 500. And your winner, of course, being Greg Moore. Our current points leader was points leader going into last week's race. And only doubled that, so he has now got a significant lead in the point standings. There is the points leader, Greg Moore, just hitting pit lane actually. Let's see if we can find last year's winner, Mario Andretti. He's out on track right now on his out lap in front of Jacques Villeneuve, or in front of Takuma Sato and Kenny Brack. No lap times in yet. We are halfway through this warm-up session, and then we will jump into 4 laps of qualifying, followed by the race. A lot of cars just gathering data at this point. This track is so long, and one off track and your lap doesn't count. Easy to do here at Road America, even though we do have those incidents limited. We may still see an occasional off track here and there. You see Andretti just really pulling away from Sato. Excuse me. Again, like we said, Andretti was last year's winner, led the most laps, fastest lap of the race. Only thing was he did not sit on pole. That went to Alex Palou. Both Palou and Mario looking to get their seasons on track and show that they still have what it takes to contend for the title. Laps starting to come in. Speaking of Palou, he is quickest at the moment. The 144.9. This would be Mario's first lap at speed. Let's see if we can find Palou, though, just 15 seconds up the road. It's got a few cars in front of him now that's going to hold up this lap. Let's see, Helio Castroneves up ahead, Paul Tracy, who is third in points, and Dario Franchitti also up there in the top 10. These guys all competing to hold par with Greg Moore. Right now just dominating with 3 wins on the year. With that win at Indianapolis, it almost counts as 4 wins. See Dario on the softer compound tires behind Paul Tracy on the hard compound. However, Palou also on the soft compound, so these guys showing a bit more pace.
Fresh car.
See what happens here down into turn 1 as Franchitti has some speed. And I'm also interested to see if Mario Andretti gets a lap in. Yeah, Tracy goes out a bit wide. Now there's Mario. Did not get the lap counted. Still quickest, Alex Palou. Second quickest, just ahead of him, Dario Franchitti. They have to go a second back to Sebastian Bourdais and Alexander Rossi, both very good at road courses, very much in the conversation for winners this weekend. So we're not going to get many laps in, though, before practice is up. Only 3 minutes remain. Castroneves is looking pretty quick. He left this group and caught up to Alex Zanardi. Could be holding up this lap time, though, just a bit. See Sebastian Bourdais ahead. He's currently third fastest. Across the line. Still no lap time for Castroneves. Let's have another off. And then go back a bit. Dario and Pelot. Pelot goes quicker. 144.9. Now on board with Elio sitting behind Zanardi, Bourdais, and Mansell just out of the pits.
Fresh car for you.
So these guys should be able to get this lap in. Count one more before it's all time has expired on the session. Great shot coming up the hill underneath the bridge. Front of this group, Sebastian Bourdais, third quickest. Of those registered times as well. This could be interesting if cars are not able to get a lap time in during the qualifying run. Could perhaps start at the back. Something to keep an eye on. It's about 8:15 local time here in Elkhart Lake. Qualifying to take place at 9 a.m. and the race at 10 a.m. Here off the final corner, Bourdais hits pit lane, as does Mansell. Only car staying out of that group was Castroneves. Let's see if this lap counts. Still not seeing one register. So it's got over 5 laps now in the books, but few cars getting laps
Fresh
in.
car requested. Checkered flag for this practice.
Take a look here. Yeah, maybe 15 or so cars got a lap in, and it ranges all the way about 4.5 seconds. Not sure how this will play out for qualifying, but we'll stick with Alex Pelot, last year's pole sitter and quickest here in our warm-up session. On board with Pelot. Great shot through that section of the track. Just really on edge. That whole section, and just hoping you don't slide out. Use up all the track you can. believe that should conclude the session. Alright, so 4 laps here in qualifying. We'll see how the drivers decide to use those 4 laps. Some may use all 4, some may use only 2. Out first, Alex Palou. See how he does and stick with the quickest car as we move through this session. Palou been having a difficult season. He's been on the cusp of breaking through into the top 10. Sometimes bad luck has come his way. He and Greg Moore both started as rookies in this series last year and have very much been at the front since. Greg Moore now, we mentioned 3 wins on the year, including last week at Indy. Palou looking for his first on the year, but 2 last season. About to start his first flying lap. Take the green flag here in qualifying. Very quick into turn 1. See a few rocks out there on the exit. Somebody go off track during warm-up. Down the long, sweeping straightaway. Sweepway. Hard on the brakes, downhill. Then losing the front end as you come over that crest, using the brakes as well. Full throttle through this corner. Again, downhill on the brakes. Palou looking clean on this lap. Shadows hang over the backstretch. Down through Canada corner. Yeah, looking very clean here for the 10 car. See what kind of lap he puts in off the final turn. Looks like we'll be in the top 10 for this, at least now. Juan Montoya, quickest overall. Let's find Montoya. .143.625. Just 600ths quicker than Will Power. And Michael Andretti and Rick Mears. That's your top 4 at the moment. Looks like 26th on back using the primary tires. So Helio Castroneves, 26th quickest in front of Greg Moore. That's interesting to keep an eye on if Greg Moore has to start towards the back of this race. do have to start on the tire you qualify on. Definitely is strategy to that call you make in qualifying here at a road course. Juan Montoya, champion in 2022, looking to get back to title form like Palou, outside the top 10 in points. Up the hill, cross the start-finish line. Seems like we have a couple cars hitting pit lane. Montoya comes across, does not go quicker. So I think the call was to come down pit lane that time, and you can get one more shot at it. Now, see, let's jump forward a bit. Got a few guys back here. Dixon, Nigel Mansell, DeFerrin, Fittipaldi, Newgarden. I think Newgarden's one to watch. 31st quick. Also Scott Dixon. It's interesting that some switch to the hard compound. You will still have to start on the soft one, so not sure what the play is here for Pato Award. The two McLarens both on hard compound. Oh no, let's take that back. Emerson on the softer tire. See if he can improve on his 23rd position. His teammate, DeFerrin, currently sits right in front in 22nd. Front of the field remains the same. Cars coming in for pit stops will not benefit, as they would technically not get their flying lap until after this. They would get the checker flag at the same time. So only ones that'll work for are guys like Emerson Fittipaldi, Gilles DeFerrin, Scott Dixon, Joseph Newgarden.
Wicken swaps alternate tires.
Now up over the hill. Here we go for Emo. Current top 5. Montoya, Power, Michael Andretti, Rick Mears, Alex Palou, AJ Foyt is 6th. Then you got Andretti, Hornish Jr., Colton Herta, and Franchitti, the top 10. Colton Herta, 2nd in points. Riding with Emerson Fittipaldi, who has a good shot here at improving on his lap time. Not many that pit went to the softer compound, so Newgarden I don't foresee improving. Yeah, he might get up to about 28th or so. Paul Tracy, 3rd in points. He's going to be towards the back with his teammate Greg Moore. One more time, Canada corner. Fittipaldi looks clean through there. Does he have the pace? Final corner. This is 4th lap in the books. Does not improve. That's a 144.7 compared to his 144.5. See if we can go a little further back now. Here's Scott Dixon did a 145.3. Gilles de Ferrin also did not improve. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone that went quicker on their lap times. Nigel Mansell, though, I think went a little quicker ahead of Newgarden now. Alonso Jr. mired pretty far back, 35th. He is a winner at our last road course at the Indianapolis Grand Prix. So lots of stories here. Your pole sitter going to be Juan Pablo Montoya. Let's see if we can find... Great shot there of the 6 car coming through into Canada corner. Let's go ahead and get the race started. Like we mentioned, 250 miles, give or take, 65 laps here at Elkhart Lake.
It's time to grid. 4 minutes 55
Take
seconds
a run through
before
the
green.
field. See where your favorite drivers starting here. Clear, well, mostly clear skies here today. No threat of rain. There is your front row, Juan Pablo Montoya with Will Power alongside. Only 600 separated the two in qualifying. Michael Andretti and Rick Mears fill out that second row. Third row, Alex Palou and AJ Foyt. Mario Andretti and Sam Hornish Jr., followed by Colton Herta and Dario Franchitti, your top 10. Got Alexander Rossi, Scott Dixon, Tony Stewart, and Alex Zanardi. Greg Ray with Pato O'Ward alongside him. Scott McLaughlin, Jimmy Vasser looking for a good run. Danny Sullivan, Ryan Hunter-Ray. Go a little further back, Jacques Villeneuve, Gilles de Ferrin, Emerson Fittipaldi, and Kenny Brack. Tony Kanaan and Ari Luyendyk, Takuma Sato, and Elio Castroneves. Back further here is your points leader, Greg Moore, with Dan Weldon to his outside. Then you got Sebastian Bourdais, also in the top 5 in points with Nigel Mansell. Newgarden and Paul Tracy. Then Alan Sir Jr., Bobby Rahal, James Hinchcliffe, Robbie Orr in the final row, Buddy Lazier, and Robert Wickens.
This should be a one-stopper with earliest pit on lap 31. Gridding done. Pace car about to go. Pace car on the roll.
And pace car pulling away here down the front stretch. Take a shot out of the field as they come by. One lap until we go green. $10 a.m. here. Start time for this race. Should finish up just in time for lunch. Of course, talking sim time. Running this race on June 1st. Warm day. Not excessively hot though. 87-degree track temp. See that rise as the race goes on. Hopefully get a clean start here. Can be very treacherous with the speeds they carry through the first few corners and down here into this heavy braking zone. We have seen some pretty big pileups in the past, taking out A lot of front and rear wings. Just really starts to stack up through the back of the field. A lot of drivers at the front of the field looking for their first win on the year, so we could certainly see a first-time winner. Maybe even a first-time series winner for Rick Mears or AJ Foyt. Crazy to say that, but that is how competitive it is here in this IndyCar Legends Racing Series. Sam Horner's there in the top 10. Could play a spoiler, perhaps. Colton Herta looking to capitalize on what could be a big points day. Championship rival and leader by over 120 points. Greg Moore starting near the back on hard compound tires. A few other cars back there include Elio Castroneves, Sebastian Bourdais, Joseph Newgarden, Alan Sir Jr., Bobby Rahal. See how it all plays out here. Great shot of the cars hitting Canada corners side by side on this parade lap. Crowd on their feet. Here we come to the green flag. Pace car will be pulling in. Final corner here. A lot of marbles to the outside. Will Power and Rick Mears, among others, picking that up on their tires.
Back in.
And pace car's in. Green flag is in the air. We're away here at Road America. Good jump by Montoya. Will Power has a good line coming down into turn one. Michael Andretti looking to take second, though. Will Power has got the outside line with the momentum. Everyone looking clean so far through 1 and 2. Bit of a checkup further back. Greg Moore has to really slam on the brakes. Strung out now down the straight. The Maureen sweep. Hard on the brakes here. See that everyone gets through here cleanly. Some big dives being made, like Paul Tracy. Very aggressive. I don't know, that Jacques Villeneuve perhaps. And a great shot. Side by side, Andretti goes wide. Not sure if he made it through. Our single file. There goes Vassar with a huge lunge on McLaughlin. Robbie Gordon looking inside on Unser Jr. Can't make it work. There's everyone down the back straightaway for the first time. Will Power's got some challenge from Michael Andretti. Alex Palou in fourth and Foyt fifth. Shot of the field as they come by. Up the hill for the first time. One lap in the books here. It's Montoya, Will Power, Michael Andretti, your top three. Will Power looking quick here into turn one. Putting some pressure on Montoya down into two. Not quite enough though, so side's better of it. A lot of good racing further back. We'll stay with the lead as long as this battle keeps up. It's like Alex Palou going for third. Excuse me there. Camera jump, but Pelot to third, and AJ Foyt even looking for fourth. Goes wide, almost contact with Rick Mears. So Andretti drops back, and Foyt loses a position as well. Through the carousel, Rick Mears in fifth. Up ahead, here's Power. Essentially looking for a pass. Montoya, the defensive line into Canada corner. Keeps Power at bay. And Pelot now looking for a bit of ground on the 12 car. Close off the final corner. Going to be very tight into turn one. Will Powers alongside, looking for the spot on the outside. Can't get there, no. Checks up Pelot a bit, which allows Michael Andretti to close in. And now a 4-5 car train coming down into turn 5. Oh, bit of a block there from Montoya. Oh, and then Power almost takes off the nose of Pelot. Here's the field coming through these back-to-back corner left, right. Back here you see Bourdais, hard compounds. This is where we're at. The breakup of the tires. See how long they decide to go on those tires as well. Everyone clean so far. I hadn't seen any damage or contact even. Will Power keeps trying that outside, but it's giving up the inside line to Pelot, who may get the pass done. Nope. Pelot has to check out and allows Michael Andretti back by for third. A lot of momentum for Andretti down the front stretch. Stays in line this time by Montoya continues to lead. A little bit reactionary moves, but we're gonna let it slide for now. Racing here at the front of the field. One interesting thing to note, quickest lap time I'm not seeing in the top 5 at the moment. So whoever's the quickest, we'll have to find that out. Usually it is your leader or someone towards the front of the field. Everyone makes their way through the carousel. Gaps starting to form a bit in certain parts of the pack. See Bourdais. I believe Greg Moore might actually be the furthest one up. Take a look at that. And a lap or two. You can have a moment to break away from this battle up front because it is too much to turn away even for a corner or two. Shot of these cars coming down the front straightaway and over that hill. Starting lap 5. About the first 15 or so cars now all in a line. This is very unusual for the Indycar Legends Racing Series. Usually it's about 5 or 10 cars, but we have a lot of cars all linked together at the front. Hello, again making the move. Getting by Andretti up the hill. Andretti gave room. No point in fighting that at this point. But you don't want to give up too many spots, and you know, potentially you want to get that spot back. Looks like we have one car go off there in the sand. And some tire marks off. Will Power closing up again here through Canada corner. Lap after lap. He's there the outside, but it's too difficult to make that pass. Still up front, Juan Pablo Montoya, leading 5 laps so far. Field coming by, start finish line. Rounding out the field, Lazier and Robert Wickens. Really tight formation here down the Morin sweep. Oh, Will Power's there to the outside, but can't get it done, and that's going to give the spot. Excuse me there. Take a look at our pace car for a second. Alex Palou, 2nd. That's the risk you take in trying to make a pass here. Is just opens the door right behind you, and cars are just so close in the draft at Road America. While we have 1 second here, it looks like there will be a bit of a break. Let's see if we can find Greg Moore going inside onto Kumasato's on these soft compounds. Look at that. Tires starting to make a difference, it seems. Greg Moore's caught back up. So, sitting 28. This is your points leader by 126 points. Sebastian Bourdais sitting at 4th in points. Go even a little further back. Paul Tracy's in the 36th. Yeah, he's 3rd. So the only car really in contention right now is Colton Herta, running in the top 10. Way by Takuma Sato. Greg Moore knows that time is of the essence, and you need to make passes quick and can't let these soft tires hold him up. Newgarden at the back of this pack now. It's like Jude Asser maybe with an issue, but might be holding this pack up a bit. Seen a lot of passing going on. Passer running 18th. And Bourdais actually got by Greg Moore back here. Back to the front. Whoa, looking for a move on Montoya, but stays in line. Had some room to do it because Will Power was a little bit back, but now Will Power to that rear wing yet again. Starting to see a bit more gaps forming here through the top 10 and 15 in particular. Montoya, though, continues to lead. Now 7 laps in the books. Palou goes wide. Power is going to dive to the inside, but does not go for the pass. So here's Colton Herta sitting 8. Great position for him to be in. Look at this. Closest anyone's been to getting around for the lead. Palou almost gets it done. Stays to the inside of Montoya. Can't complete it, but wow, that was close. So Palou looking like he's got some pace here in that 10 NTT data machine. Gonna regroup and fire another shot here in a few laps. Montoya creates a gap, almost a second, but kind of works into Palou's favor, as well as he has a gap now back to Will Power. Mario Andretti, last year's winner, sitting in 6th at the moment. Right behind Rick Mears. Oh, and in fact, trying to figure out who was the fastest lap. And you see there, in 8th place, Colton Herta. 144.86. I think that's the only car in that range. Let's go further back. Here's Alexander Rossi.
Rahal swaps to alternate compound.
That is 5th in points, and I just heard Bobby Rahal down pit lane. First car to make the jump off the hard compound. Here's Rossi in 13th, though. Award rounding out this pack in 16th. And the gap from Award to Jimmy Vasser, 5 seconds. Further back, here's Bourdais, sitting 27th now. Also see Greg Moore. They have not made up any ground. I guess you count passing Tony Kanaan. That is 1 spot. Ooh, Takuma almost into the back of our Lineback and Bourdais also.
Temperature decreased to 89 degrees in the last 21 minutes 56.
Slight change in the track temp, up 2 degrees, so nothing significant yet to this point. Takuma Sato almost got into the back of Lineback, which almost caused a chain reaction, and Newgarden jumped down pit lane. Hunter-Reay with a run on Sullivan into turn 1, but pulls back. See, this is Greg Ray in 20th place. Up a little further, Jacques Villeneuve, then Jimmy Vasser. This brings us back to the front of the pack. We see some rocks off track there. I'm not sure who that may have been. Maybe Tony Stewart? We had somebody off track there. And a bit of debris on a corner entry. Franchitti sitting 10th behind his teammate Scott Dixon. And we got Colton Herta in 8th, right behind AJ Foyt and Mario Andretti. Rick Mears in 5th. On lap 10 at the moment. And Michael Andretti 4th with Will Power ahead of him. Trying to get back to Alex Palou, who's moved up to 2nd. Had a great race so far. It's like maybe the only car that can put a challenge to Montoya at the moment. And there goes Montoya down pit lane. So Polo stays out. Get some clean air on the nose of that number 10 car. So far, only Bobby Rahal and Joseph Newgarden have pit out of that back group that started on primary tires. Power looking good though. Still hanging with Pelot despite dropping back from second. Keeping Michael Andretti behind him. Interesting to see who decides to pit this time by. It's like Vassar and Villeneuve have also decided to come down. Seeing a lot of cars down pit lane now. Almost everyone that was on the harder compounds decided to pit that time. Willpower second. Got a good look at him below. Does he follow him or do something different? A lot of marbles off that final corner. And it looks like almost everybody down pit lane. Let's take a look. That is your fuel limit, 12 laps. Or 11 laps, sorry. So, car is still making their way to their pit stalls. A long pit road here. Montoya technically first on track. Let's see where he comes out with these guys that are down pit lane. Pelot gonna be first out, and you got Will Power, Michael Andretti, Rick Mears, pretty much as they came down pit lane. But the gap really grew here between third, second, and first. Montoya well out in front now. Still on the soft tires. No one went to the hard compound in this front five. Yeah, there's Rick Mears. Looks like Colton Herta moved up a spot in that pits sequence, up to 7th. Newgarden up to 19th. Rahal 21st. Greg Moore 23rd. First car of this front group on hard compound tires is Scott Dixon in 9th. He's got his teammate Franchitti behind him, so I don't imagine he'll put too much pressure on one of the best of all time in that 9 car. But Franchitti's no slouch either, and not just gonna move over. Be told to hold back. Oh, Rossi down pit lane again. No, actually he's not. Apologize. Thought he was back down pit lane, maybe for a penalty, but it seems everybody's clear of penalties on that first round of stops. Look at Franchitti now all over Dixon. Does he have enough down here into turn, I believe it's turn 5. Oh, wow, look at that. Tony Stewart making a move. Tony Stewart's not going to wait. Gets right to the rear wing of Scott Dixon. Might look for it here into hurry downs. Those tires now up to temp on the Quaker State 52. Does Tony Stewart send it here into Canada corner? Tire advantage is massive at the moment. Can't get there. Allows Franchitti the inside. How do they figure this out? Franchitti has to back out. Too much marbles out there. And this is going to allow Dixon to get his tires up to temperature even further, preventing those guys from having a chance at passing. Let's go further back and find Greg Moore. That's your points leader, up to 21st now. So behind another Greg and Greg Ray. Jimmy Vassar on the harder compound. He's falling back. See Vassar in the background with Hunter Ray going side by side. Oh, Newgarden out of control there, under braking, but trying to make this pass work on Villeneuve. Sits on the outside. Tough spot to make it work, but he'll have the inside now into this quick right-hander. He's going to make the pass. Good job by Newgarden getting by Villeneuve. We're going to look at these cars again as they come through that carousel. Gap closing out the front. So let's get back to the front with Alex Palou. 4/10 is all that it is. And Palou was 7/10 quicker that last lap than Montoya. Will Power and Andretti keeping close tabs. Then you got a bit of a gap now to Mario Andretti, who has gotten by Rick Mears. Colton Herta and AJ Foyt right there as well. That is your top 8. And a bit of a jump back to Dario Franchitti and Tony Stewart as your top 10, as they have now gotten by Scott Dixon. Battle for the lead. Palou to the inside. He's going to get there. Montoya had no choice on the outside line. Put Palou to the lead. Lap 15 here at Road America. Montoya really probably thought he had this one pretty secure. And all of a sudden, this young Spaniard comes out of nowhere. And how did he started? Let's take a look. Excuse me. And Palou starting 5th. He's made his way to the lead here in 15 laps. And probably going to start pulling away too. Will Power, he's closing up on Montoya. The top 4 all here now. Less than 2 seconds separating them. In fact, let's say less than a second and a half. Down to turn 1. Will Power looking maybe for a run on Montoya here. Montoya's got to really hit his marks. Down the sweep. Montoya trying the same move that was just performed on him, but can't make it stick. She's gonna give Will Power second place. Montoya dropping back. So Will Power now trying to focus back on the lead. We're sitting second for the first 5 or so laps, and Pelot got around him, and now both guys around Montoya. See if Michael Andretti can do that the same for third. Michael and Mario fourth and fifth. Mario pulling away from the group behind him. I mentioned the improvement of Newgarden and Greg Moore for their pit stops, but Paul Tracy and Alonso Jr. still very far back in the field. Not working out for those two. Pelot pulling away now, 3/10 that lap on Will Power. Will Power taking a defensive line really costed him some speed through the corners. Mario Andretti looking pretty quick back there, 147.2 the last lap. He's trying to keep close with the lead group. Colton Herta with him as well. Great battle though for second. Montoya's got a good run. Decides to stay behind the 12 car, as Will Power did a good job defending both lines into Canada corner on entry. Will Power now, Pelot up 2 seconds on Will Power. Take a look at Montoya's shot of the 12 car, 1.3 seconds slower that time by for the second group of cars. Then you got Mario and Colton Herta going about a second quicker, so they're really tracking them down. Let's find back again with Sebastian Bourdais. It's got Bobby Rahal ahead of him. Oh, pass there. Really good racing. Fittipaldi and Kenny Brack side by side. Also got Greg Ray and Danny Sullivan. Wow, tense battles back here in this part of the field. Bourdais gets by Bobby Rahal. I think Greg Moore has pulled away and is in 20th now, trying to track down Villeneuve. And all the while as well, Newgarden is even further up the field. So Newgarden sitting best on the primary strategy at the moment. Bobby Rahal was the first to pit on the hard tires on lap 8. He's currently 9 laps into his stint. So doesn't have many more laps for fuel. Vassar counting down the corners until he can be off these tires. And there's your teammates again. Greg Moore, Jacques Villeneuve, 19th and 20th. And up to is Joseph Newgarden, who is 2 seconds, or 1.5 seconds a lap quicker than the car is directly in front of him. Let's see how he handles this group. I think Pato O'Ward's struggling here. Just got passed by, maybe he was able to hold him off. Would have been Hornish Jr., I think. Newgarden almost went to the inside, got a little squirrely. Wait till the next opportunity. There's Alex Zanardi in this pack, running 16th, Scott McLaughlin 15th. Pat O'Ward now trying to pull away a bit. Up ahead, these guys going at it. Rossi, Stewart, and Dixon. Both Stewart and Rossi on softer compound, trying to get by Dixon. There's Franchitti. You see the time he's been able to make. About 6 seconds over that run, and now heavy battle here. This is really getting messy. Rick Mears inside on Michael Andretti. Somehow Montoya is caught back. Oh my gosh, this is really something through the carousel. Not recommended. Through the kink. Here we go, side by side. Contact. Caution's out.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Rick Mears and Michael Andretti contact through the kink.
Mears needs to pit for repairs.
Heavy hit. Oof. Looks like Michael Andretti did save it, but not the case there for Rick Mears, who's... Oh, let's see. It all starts back here through the carousel. Side by side. Not giving an inch. Coming up on pit stops. Ooh. Just rips the front left off. Not a significant hit, but enough to end the day for Rick Mears. Let's see if we can find the pace car. Seems we don't have a pace car. Oh, there we go. Everyone getting sorted back out after some confusion where the pace car was. Take a look at the field as they come by. You can see where your driver is currently after 20 laps. Went by pretty quick here. We will likely see pit stops next time by from the entire field. Who decides to go to which compounded tire, though, is the big question. What an incident there for Rick Mears, though. Having a terrible season. I mean, he hasn't. Last year wasn't a great year either, and just know he's fast. He's leads the series in pole positions. Constantly one of the quickest cars, but just cannot get the finishes. Hard hit there. Through the kink side by side with Michael Andretti. Be interested to see if Michael Andretti has any damage from that too. He's on board with Michael Andretti. Oh, what a save. I don't even know if he really knew Rick Mears was there. Let's go on board Colton Herta. That is treacherous driving. Oh. Wow, look at that. A lot of cars deciding to stay out. Not sure what's going on with the field here. Keep losing the pace car, it seems. And go ahead, go green flag this time by. Get the restart on lap 23. I don't know if anybody went down pit lane. Yeah, Bobby Rahal is the last to pit 2 laps ago. He could be in a pretty good spot here. So Michael Andretti, as we mentioned, did not pit. Surprised, you know, you didn't have any damage from that. Joseph Newgarden back there running in the grass might be out of fuel. This could get chaotic for many of the cars close on fuel, because I could see many of them running out. And not just on this lap, but the restart. Yeah, Newgarden running through the grass right now there. Have to wonder. the only one down there, so maybe everybody else is still okay, but to check when he last pit. Pace car will be jumping to pit road here momentarily. We'll get back green flag racing. Again, be the start of lap 23, just past the 1/3 point of this race. So, a lot of excitement so far. Alex Palou has looked great coming through the top 5 and to the front of this field. Does he keep it up for the last 2/3 of this race? Pace car in. And green flag, we're back underway.
Green, green,
Focus
green.
now.
Let's see where Joseph Newgarden's at. Wow, cars diving everywhere. Further back, you see Bourdais making a move. Fairly certain Newgarden's down pit lane. Oh, ran out of gas. I imagine everyone's coming to pit lane this time by. It's like everyone should be able to make it so far, knock on wood. And then Bobby Rahal is just going to pass everybody. Big moment here, off the final corner. Is it everyone? Does anyone not come down pit lane? There you can see. It's literally everybody. Bobby Rahal staying out. The Lone Ranger. What a call. Newgarden's back out.
Track temp is up by 7 degrees
Don't
in the
believe
last
he
30
lost a
minutes,
lap.
9 seconds.
Yeah, track temp is going up, almost up 10 degrees from the start of this race. And now pulling out of pit lane. There you see. Montoya lost a few spots. Got Mario up to P4, technically P3. Colton Herta now focusing on Michael Andretti. And you see the biggest loser out of that whole exchange was definitely Juan Pablo Montoya. Back to 8th now. Colton Herta is on the harder compound tire, as is Dario Franchitti. So that is definitely worth noting. And could have huge implications later in this race. Bobby Rahal has already fulfilled his entire requirement. CJ Foyt hanging there with Colton Herta. Michael Andretti trying to keep touch with Mario Andretti as he and Will Power group together, trying to hold close with Polo. Polo, though, already 1.5 seconds. Mario Andretti looks to be a bit quicker than the 12, but biding his time, waiting for either Power to make a mistake or just find a gap. Not very aggressive is the one car. Looks like Colton Herta's got his mirrors full of Juan Montoya on that hard compound tire. Whoa.
Ray needs repairs. 20th position Honda Ray got repairs.
Take a look here. Greg Ray seems to have had an incident. Oh my. Goes off track. Hunter Ray goes over the top. Oh. I can see where the game almost lagged out. There's Joseph Newgarden, 27. Greg Moore in 18. This is pretty chaotic at the moment. Trying to just keep up with everything. And Bobby Rahal currently first. Trying to hold off Robbie Gordon, who's the first car a lap down. Robbie's got a huge run, though, down this front straightaway. I think he might be able to get by into turn one. Try to get that lap back. But not using push to pass. He's not getting the speed he needs. Nigel Mansell pretty far back in the field with Paul Tracy. I don't think you expect that from either of these two. Thought they'd be battling in top 10 by the time it's said and done, but almost looking at going a lap down in the first 27 laps at Road America. Rahal goes for the pass on Mansell. Being told there is debris sufficient enough here in this part of the track from the incident with Hunter Ray and Greg Ray.
Yellow.
Caution is out here on lap 27. So Bobby Rahal, your leader, Nigel Mansell will be the lucky dog. Get the wave around. Actually, as will Robbie Gordon and Robert Wickens, as they are within the top 10. I'll bring up the question yet again. Who decides to pit if you're Bobby Rahal? He's in a pretty good spot. Alright, so go ahead and give these guys the wave around. Now caught back up to Bobby Rahal. See, Montoya was able to get by Colton Herta at some point. And I don't believe we saw Mario Andretti get by Will Powers. That's a big pass. Again, caution for debris. Big crash on the backstretch between Greg Moore and Ryan Hunter-Reay. I wouldn't even call it a backstretch. Running into hurry downs. Take a look one more time. So Ray goes wide, and then his contact sends Hunter-Reay flying. Vassar able to avoid running into the back of Greg Ray, but then the damage had been done. Oh. See if we can go on board with Hunter-Reay. Yep, just wheel-to-wheel contact, and he was along for the ride. See the blimp flying in the background. Tough hit. Rough break for those drivers. Back up front with Bobby Rahal. See if anybody decides to pit. Otherwise, we will go one lap to green and be back on lap 30. If you're on the hard compound like Colton Herta, it might be a smart move to come down pit lane here. It's like everybody is staying out. Robert Wickens decides to pit. I think that could be a good call. Going back green next time by here. So we approach the halfway point of this race. 2 cautions so far, both for incidents, all 3 involving yellow cars. Rick Mears out of the race after contact with Michael Andretti. Andretti saved his car. Rick Mears totaled through the kink. And just most recently, through the other quick little kink that we have on this track, Greg Ray went wide and made contact with Ryan Hunter-Ray, trying to get back on the track, and sent Hunter-Ray flying. So you see Horace Jr., he's still in the race, yellow car. Might be worried if I was even a shade of orange. But if you're blue, looking pretty good at the front. Bobby Rahal, Alex Palou. A Miller Lite machine. Let's see if we can do something here. A little old school with the on board with Bobby Rahal as we are coming around for the green flag to get this race restarted. It'd be lap 30. Pace car lights are out. See everyone make their way by through the kink where we had that incident with Rick Mears. Fortunately, single car incident could have been a lot worse. So far, 3 cars out of today's race. Nobody a lap down. Had a couple cars a lap down there a moment ago, but got their lap back. Nigel Mansell, Robbie Gordon, and Robert Wickens. Wickens decided to take time for fuel and tires. Got a pit strategy here with Bobby Rahal that is interesting, and off strategy from the leaders like Alex Palou, Mario Andretti, and Will Power. So see how it shakes out. Gonna have 36 laps to go when they get the green flag here up the hill. Back underway at Road America. Chaos in the back of the field. Sure nobody had any penalties on that restart. Greg Ray out right in front of the leaders. Oh wow. Look at this hornet's nest here. Palou trying to find a way by. Keeps his position in the meantime because that could have been risky. But had enough of a gap. Greg Ray. This could be reviewed for probation. I think we'll bring him down pit lane. And drive-through for Greg Ray, so he's not in the way here of this battle. See Rahal continues out front. Got about 6 cars in line behind him now as they definitely have fresher tires. And seeing that come into play as we speak, there should be a few cars making moves down this front straightaway with how close everyone is. Yeah, Mario to the inside on Alex Palou. Will Power's going to try to follow. We got Michael Andretti and AJ Foyt going at it, but everyone's single file off of turn 3. Mario to the outside. Gonna try to make it work up the hill. Not quite alongside enough. Does Polo try to shove it in? No, can't quite get there. Gonna give Mario a bit of breathing room. And so very close to the back of the field. Somehow managing to keep this all clean. Kudos to these drivers. Mario actually had a shot at the inside there, decided not to take it. See if Rahal decides to pit this time by or waits another lap. Staying out. It looks like it could be a good thing for Mario. There's a bit of a gap now for him. Give him a bit of room to track down Rahal and maybe make the pass without as much pressure from behind. Lines him up, down into 2. Could have a good shot down the next straight. Yeah, gonna have a lot of momentum here. Polo is right behind him, but Mario's looking to the inside. He's gonna get the position. Mario clear into the corner. Haven't seen that all day long, and Polo's gonna follow suit. Definitely a difference of tire wear causing this to happen, and Rahal feeling the effects of it. Oh, Andretti goes wide, almost contact with AJ Foyt. Slots back in line in front of Montoya. Right about the halfway point of this race. Rahal took a pretty big beating there, dropping back to 4th. Mario now leads last year's winner. Can he be stopped? Polo has been quick so far. A little further back here to Tony Stewart and Pato O'Ward. Also got Alexander Rossi. Haven't talked about them too much today. Looks like I'm seeing Bobby Rahal down pit lane. Rossi 5th in points. Yeah, a little further back, I do see Greg Moore now entering the conversation in about 20th. There's your top 3. Mario, Polo, Will Power. I go a little further back, and you got AJ Foyt fending off a swarm of cars, primarily Michael Andretti. He's looking to the outside. Gonna have the momentum and probably be able to maybe stay alongside through this corner. No, he's not able to. There's Montoya in this position now. Past Michael Andretti. That's for 5th. Can Montoya get back to the front? Pole sitter, an early leader. Lost a lot of ground on the last stop. Quickest lap now belongs to AJ Foyt. 143.992. Wouldn't know it at the moment. 14 has his hands full. Tire buildup all through that last corner. Pit stop should be coming up momentarily for all the leaders. See where it cycles out with Bobby Rahal and Michael Andretti's going to get a shot at the inside of Montoya, who went wide in one, trying to get by Foyt. Andretti sideways off the corner, though, loses momentum, and Scott Dixon is going to make the pass, maybe even Colton Herta. Well, Herta's going to have to check up. Dixon, though, has a lot of speed down the straight. Paddle Ward's going to get by Herta. Let's go back out front. Battle for the lead. Real close here. Below had this car at the inside end of the carousel but had to back out. Got a good run on the one. Great shot at these guys coming down the back straightaway. Not very straight, obviously. A lot of directional change to these straights. And that is the top, or the majority of the cars here today. Bobby Rahal out there doing qualifying laps by himself. Here's Montoya, gonna try for a pass on AJ Foyt. Gonna hurt him though. Dixon's got the spot on the inside. Move Dixon up to P5. And again, Michael Andretti getting loose off the corner. Now, did Colton Herta go down pit lane? I think Colton Herta's on pit lane. I think we'll see everyone come down this next time. A lot of drivers still yet to fulfill that harder compound tire. That is a requirement by the end of this race, so see what their strategy is. Whoa, late move to the outside. Try to swing out and couldn't quite make it stick, so falls back in line with Mario. To the final corner. Down pit lane. That's gonna be pretty much it. Alexander Rossi stays out. Interesting to see when Bobby Rahal comes along. I'm a bit surprised to see Rossi stay out. There goes Wickens. Greg Ray. Now here's Rahal. Down the front straight. See Polo coming out. There's Andretti. Bobby Rahal hits the brakes because the leaders come out in front of the traffic. Oh my. Colton Herta, fresh tires up to temp. Gets by Dixon. What can Rahal do? Herta looking quick. Dixon went to the hard compound. which I believe he's already even run. Just preferring it at this point in the race. There's your top three. Pelot, Mario Andretti, Bobby Rahal, and just there, Will Power and Colton Herta. Still to pit are Rossi and Wickens, but I believe Rossi is on pit lane. Getting that bonus point for a lap led was a good call. One car to stay out. It goes a little further on that fuel tank, so could be something that comes around to help the 7 car by the time it's all said and done. Look at that. Rossi jumps right out into the battle for 6th. Huge move up through the field. That is like 6 spots from where he was running. And now these guys are jammed up down the straight into a heavy braking zone. This is going to be really exciting. Nowhere to go. 2 by 2. Colton Herta trying to keep the spot and get by AJ Foyt. He's going to get there. Contact with teammates. Oh, man. Montoya and O'Ward exchanging alloy wheels. Rub some of that chrome off. Montoya back to 11 from starting first. Not the run he was hoping for. See Colton Herta inside on Dixon. Dixon's on the harder compound. Big pass for Herta. Now does anyone else get through? Side by side, O'Ward gonna make a move on Foyt and make it done by the time they get to the front stretch. Let's go back up front. Look at that. Looks like Andretti, no, I thought he was closing a little, but Will Power is closing up. Rossi making a gap now back to Herta. All of a sudden, Rossi has a good shot at potentially spoiling this whole party. Been a great race, everyone having a moment of some sorts to make a move to the front. Right now, Robert Wickens technically leading this race by 15 seconds, but will have to make a stop in the next 2 or 3 laps. Scott Dixon on the harder compound tires, trying to hold off about 10 cars in line behind him. First one being Pato O'Ward. AJ Foyt going for a move on O'Ward. These guys just exchanging positions lap after lap. Throws O'Ward offline for that turn over the hill. AJ Foyt running 9th now. Got the McLarens behind him. Oh, what a move by Pat O'Ward. That was almost 3 wide into 1. Whoa, wow, and now O'Ward's going to go for 8th on Dixon. Montoya gets loose. Weldon to the inside. There's Michael Andretti who's falling back quite a bit. Some contact. Saw tire smoke. Weldon getting by Montoya. That is 4:11. Wow. You're on board with Dan Weldon now. Behind AJ Foyt. What a move by Pato O'Ward. You see the difference? I mean, Montoya was right there, but Pato is the one that comes out in 8th. Montoya 12th. See if Herta and Pato can start to put a bit of a gap between themselves and Dixon. See Bobby Rahal running with Alexander Rossi. Rossi's last lap was a 146.6. Wickens down pit lane. Rossi quickest among the top 5 by a significant margin. Palou back in front. Got by Andretti. Must have been on the last lap. Andretti now looking to get right back past him. He's got the inside line and will get by. Back for the lead. Lap 40. 25 to go. Next time by. These guys are battling hard, and Rossi's closing the gap. Through the carousel, Will Power just kind of been observing there from 3rd spot through this last run. He's in a pretty good spot. I see Palou, how close he is on Andretti's rear wing there through Canada corner. There we go, 25 remain here at Road America. Will go by quick. And Rossi continues to be about a second a lap quicker. Palou, got to run on Andretti. Can he keep Power behind him now that he kind of went for the move? Looks like he will, so everyone stays 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Andretti, Palou, Power. And Rossi closes the gap even more. Bobby Rahal in 5th. I've seen Greg Ray is still in this race, but 4 laps down. Out of the race is Hunter Ray and Rick Mears. Hinchcliffe, currently the last car on the lead lap, only 30 seconds behind. So everyone's still running very quick laps, even at the tail end of this field. From here, you're getting to the point where you think, all right, I can make it on one more stop. Oh, Pelot sending it into turn 1. Can't make it stick. Side by side, does Pelot have it this time? No, he's not alongside far enough, and that's going to give Will Power the room he needs to take second. Potentially, no, not quite. However, understand we do have debris on the track.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And the caution is out. Understand Fittipaldi and Sato. Let's take a look. Oh, they hit pit lane right as. Oh, wow. Big moment for them. I don't think they should have been penalized. We'll make sure to get them their lap back. Gonna be about 20 laps to go, maybe 21 when we get back green flag. Mario Andretti, your current leader. See if anybody decides to come to pit lane when the pace car comes around in about a half lap time. About halfway through this run, but like we said, if you look at where we are lap wise, you pit now, can make it on one more stop to the end. So those that do pit will be in prime position to win this race. It's truly what it comes down to at this point. Greg Ray, many laps down. There's Hinchcliffe. Mansell, yeah, none of these guys are even close. Bobby Rahal should be a sure thing to pit. It seems like Sato and Fittipaldi might be getting a full lap penalty. So I'll have to make sure as soon as they are clear, we will get them back out and in line appropriately. So it may take a little bit of time to clean that up. Let's take a look though. No, we will after they get to pit lane. I'm interested if they did turn in too late. But if they're already committed to that access road, there's nothing they can do. And here's pit lane. Wow, Bobby Rahal did not go. I'm shocked. There goes Lyondike and Unser Jr., Bourdais. All right, all these guys here, they're the ones to watch. There goes Unser Jr., winner at the last road course. Ari Lyondike, also got Sebastian Bourdais, Paul Tracy. A lot of these guys that are at the front of the points, making strategy calls. And this is potentially what's going to win them a race or even put them up into the top 10. Mansell. Wow. Big moment there. I think Alonso Jr. and Bourdais are definitely the ones to watch. But what kind of gap can the leaders create? Do we have another caution? See, the lights are out, so going green this time by with 21 laps remaining. Rossi now sitting 4th. See Pato in 6th. Bobby Rahal is going to have to pit soon. It's just very surprising to me that so many cars decide to stay out, and it's kind of the way it's been all race, just not thinking about the big picture here. Now down the backstretch towards the kink before reaching Canada corner and go green flag in just a moment. Hour 30 minutes into this race. Approximately 11:30 local time here in Elkhart Lake. Fans getting their grills started for the barbecues after this race. See the rubber just flipping off these tires as they run through the marbles. Pace car about to pull in though. Green flag will be back out. Sato and Fittipaldi remain on pit lane. They must have had damage that I did not catch. A lot of swerving down that straightaway. Looking for positions back here in the back. Very tight. Where's Al Jr.? going for a move on Lyondike. Maybe send it on Lazier, but definitely going on Lyondike, and that is big for where cars are on tires and fuel. Puts a spot between himself and Bourdais as well. I'd be worried about Bourdais and Mansell if I was Al Jr. But right now, things are looking good. Dixon Montoya right behind Dan Weldon. Really stacked up here. Montoya makes the move. That puts Montoya to 10th. A few cars coming down early. It's a smart move, avoid the mad rush. And I think Montoya is on the button as they come down to turn 1. Gonna get by Weldon. That is for 7th now. A few cars ahead pit, so he does clear that. And what a battle we have up here for 2nd. Rossi watching as Will Power and Palou really exchange wings there. Will Power goes out wide. Gonna lose a spot here to Rossi, likely. Yeah, and there's Palou as well. Unfortunate couple corners there for Will Power. Drops him back to 5th. Into the clutches of AJ Foyt. There's your leader, Mario Andretti, out front of Alex Palou by half a second. 20 laps to go. Coming up on 19 to go. There's a different tone in engines there. Look at that. Will Power losing another spot, this time AJ Foyt. But Palou and Andretti, cars sounding very different down the backstretch there. Alexander Rossi getting closer. Palou, last year's pole sitter. Mario Andretti, last year's winner. Sitting first and second. Here Rossi right now. Wait for the mistake. Chance to capitalize might be here. As Palou's gonna be on the outside. There he goes, Rossi. Does he have enough on the outside here into this quick right-hander? No. Gonna have to back out. Gives Pato a chance to close the gap. And then everything should quiet down here in a moment. Top 3 strung out pretty wide again. Like a rubber band here between the top 3. Catch up to Andretti. Just enough to not be able to make the pass, and then they all have to kind of check up simultaneously. But Mario keeps his pace. 1.5 second, or not, half a second out in front of Palou. Was 1 second gap on Rossi. Pit stops here. Yep. Once again, though, Rossi's staying out further. He's been able to stretch his tank a bit longer than everyone else today. Let's go ahead and check with Colton Herta. Dan Weldon out in front of Colton Herta. Oh, this big moment here. I don't see that Dan Weldon has used a hard tire yet. But Weldon getting out in front of Herta could be massive. A lot of checking up as the Farron comes out in front of Herta, and that allows Bobby Rahal by. Weldon pulls away. Pato Award, he's out on his outlap. There's Pelot. Got Mario Andretti. He's out in front of Takuma Sato. Oh, wow. Greg Moore and Colton Herta going at it. That's first and second in points here. And Greg Moore is going to salvage what could have been a pretty disastrous day. Like many of his counterparts towards the back, they just were not able to make it through the field as easily. I'm not sure if Moore still has to use the hard. Oh no, he did. He started on the hard compound. Now, how does it play out for these drivers? More cars have stopped. So the rest of the field here, Dixon. That Rossi got out in front of Sato. AJ Foyt got by Alexander Rossi. And then Mario Andretti and Pelot have a couple seconds on them. All right, so there you go. Everything unfolding pretty quickly. Got AJ Foyt and Rossi. Trying to track down Pelot and Andretti. Quite a few cars that, as we mentioned, pit on that last caution. Keep an eye here. So right now Bourdais third behind Lyondike, trying to find a way by. This makes your leader Allenser Jr. the winner at the Indianapolis Grand Prix. Could be a huge moment for that Valvoline team, especially for their championship hopes. Bourdais looking on the outside. He might get this done. Yeah, move Bourdais to second. Round Lyondike. Got Kanaan now fourth and Paul Tracy in fifth. Can Bourdais get back to Al Jr.? Bourdais has won 2 of our road course races so far this season. The 2 road course masters, Al Jr., Sebastian Bourdais, first and second here at Road America. On board with Al Jr. Down into Canada corner. 15 to go at the line. Fuel's looking good for the 3. 3.5 seconds back to Bourdais. Goes off the final corner. Already a bit of a gap to Lyondike. See what you're fine. Once again, Bobby Rahal. This train of cars. Montoya running in the wake of Rahal. A little further up, there's Scott Dixon. Looking for a way by on Dan Weldon. Must be using push to pass down the straight. Will Powers out of pit lane. Scott Dixon gets by both Weldon and the lap car of Takuma Sato. Tony Stewart will follow, and Weldon will follow as well. So, back to this battle. Rossi looking now on Voigt, but blocks him off. Pulling away are Mario Andretti and Alex Palou. These two are quicker. These bit wide for Andretti through the carousel. Gives Polo a bit of a shot down here into Canada corner. Definitely looking looking the outside. Not quite there though. Bourdais continuing to grow his gap between himself and Lyondike, but not closing up on Al Jr. Push to pass seems to be in full effect for a lot of these guys. Will Powers on it. Rossi to the outside. No, can't make it stick. And Will Powers going to get 2 spots in 1 lap. Nope. Had to back out and might even to get the spot back to the Ward. Close racing. Further back. Got Tony Stewart getting by Dixon. Dixon to the outside. He's got a lot of momentum up the hill. Think he's going to be able to complete this. Oh, what a corner by Stewart. Going to hold off the champ. There's the battle for what could potentially be a lead. Once Al Jr., Bourdais, they all pit, but these guys will have to pit again as well. 22-second gap. I don't know that it's doable. These guys could just be battling for 10th. It's like Polo's on the push to pass. Sending it into 1. Side by side for position. Still down into turn 2. Polo's got the spot on the outside. He'll have the line on the inside in the next corner. It's like he's going to complete this pass. Well done. Mario watching Pulo pull away. Both have driven incredible races. Let's see if they can hold it for a top 10, or are they going to be battling for a win? This is the battle we see at the front of the field. Bourdais losing time to Al Jr. Ari Leindyke sitting third. Nigel Mansell, Paul Tracy, Tony Kanaan. A bit further back, 5 seconds, you see Kenny Brack. This is a car to keep an eye on. Sebastian Bourdais, does he have enough time now? Al Jr. just got to hit his marks. Kind of get... You don't have that rabbit to chase. You kind of start fading a little, and you got to keep on those lap times. So Al Jr. is trying to put together lap after lap as consistent as he can while remaining quick at the same time. But I don't even see Bourdais in the background. I think things are looking pretty good if you're Al Jr. And I think you can definitely make it, if not this lap, the next lap. For sure you can make it to the end. So even if you pits here, I think you're pretty safe. He is coming in. That's your leader, Al Jr., pitting on lap 54. Paul Tracy staying out one extra lap. See how this works out for him. We know the win will come from this group of cars. Oh, what a pass by Tony Kanaan. Mario Andretti out in the grass. Wow, that was Rossi by. So we go a little further back here and pick up Al Jr. There's Bobby Rahal. Yeah, he's not going to make it. So Al Jr. Yep, your first car. On this strategy, how does it pan out with Paul Tracy? See Herta and McLaughlin side by side. This is giving them some ability to battle as Junior's tires still come up to temperature, and that's going to cost McLaughlin, looks like 2 spots. Maybe more. Castroneves looking. Al Jr., you tend to go this time by for the 3 car. Track temp up to 103. If you're looking to short stop, I think you still got to change tires. All the marbles there outside of final corner. Al Jr. I think he was on push to pass. That's going to cost him as Franchitti cuts across the nose twice. Franchitti being aggressive here. Wow, and huge gap. Back to Paul Tracy and Tony Kanaan, it's not even close. Like, not even close at all. Let's see if we can find Tracy and Kanaan. There's Kanaan. Terrible stops. See behind back how much further up he is, and then Greg Moore is gonna have to pit. Got Bourdais. And then here's Al Jr. Sitting pretty. Already up to 14th, and these guys all in front of him have to stop. He is 9.5 seconds back of the tentative lead, which is AJ Foyt. Never know what can happen. I mean, these guys are really stacked up right now. We could have a yellow before it's said and done. Foyt, Pelot, Andretti, Rossi award your top 5. Will Power, not on the lead lap. He's a lap down. I'm not sure what happened. That's interesting for Power. He might have either had speeding on pit road or damage. Track cooling down as cloud cover hits this portion of the surface. Whole half of the track under a giant cloud, which is giving a bit more grip late in this run, and Pelot's taking advantage. Pelot looking to get by AJ Foyt for the lead. There goes the 10 car back to the front. How will this all shake out? A lot of cars. Like Craig Moore, 31st, Newgarden 32nd. They need a break here. I'm not sure what happened to Will Power. That is heartbreaking for that 12 team. It was a long stop too. A full lap back. Up the hill again. AJ Foyt running second, quickest lap of the race. No one else into the 143s yet, and I don't know what's going to happen at this point. Mario looking low, can't complete the pass, but letting Foyt know he's there and ready to make a move. Foyt, however, refocusing his efforts back on Pelot for the lead. Huge run. He's going to get to the inside. Foyt's got the position and will make the pass on Pelot. So Foyt gets the lead back. Pulling away. See what happens when these guys pit. That will be very key to their pit stops, where the car in front of them are pitting. There's the inevitable checkup on pit lane when a car enters their box, and the more you can avoid that, the quicker your stop's going to be. Not done with him yet, though. Pelot, I think he's still got a lap or two he's going to run until it has to come in. Will he take fuel, or will he take tires as well? Dixon getting closer to this pack of cars. There it is. First to blink. Hello, down pit road. Foyt's going to go another with Rossi. Rossi should be able to gain quite a bit of time on this lap with no room between him, or with a little bit of room between himself and Foyt. The draft should help him close up, and it's just a cleaner air on his front wing. Got a few cars back there. Tony Stewart, Montoya, having great runs. Hoping they can finish it off with a good result, because the way it's looking, a lot of these cars are not going to get the finishes they actually deserve. And Road America is turning into be somewhat of a wild card here this weekend. Around the carousel. Rossi trying to keep pace with Foyt, but Foyt now over a second in front. Michael Andretti's had a great run. There's Al Jr. He's got 2 seconds on Bourdais. See him in the background. Bourdais is faster. Does have time to get there too. And Bourdais has won on these road courses so far this year. The 2 races he has won. It's not like he has been the fastest car even. He dominated the race. He has typically slid in or backed into these wins with strategy or late race calls, leading very minimal laps. And it could happen here again today. All right, promote Al Jr. back to the lead. Second and third right here, Bourdais and Leyendijk. There's AJ Foyt. Alexander Rossi in front of Palou. This is for 11th. So Palou trying to get by for 11th, and that way he can race for a top 10, but looks like Mario wants to make it a race for 12th instead. Palou with the fresh tire is going to get this done on the outside of Rossi. And that should create a bit of a gap for Palou and make him feel a little more comfortable as he's coming up on 5 laps remaining this next time by. Mansell running 5th. That last lap, Al Jr. was quicker by 0.8 of a second. So we have Sebastian Bourdais and Al Jr. doing the work on road courses so far this year. Cross the line, 5 laps to go. It was a 147.1 to a 148.8. It's safe to say Al Jr. is comfortably pulling away, and Bourdais having to fend off Leyendijk. I could see Bourdais actually on the hard compound tire. Explains why he's having such a hard time and losing pace to Al Jr. But Leyendijk looking to get by for second as they come up the hill. Is he far enough alongside? I think so. Into the kink. It's going to leave Bourdais out wide. Heavy braking. So I put Leyendijk on the inside through the carousel. for second place here at Road America. Lindike getting by Bourdais. What a move. Now into the kink. Kanon looking for any opening he can find. Bourdais tried to send it in the kink, not the spot to do that. Almost out of frustration, it seemed. And these hard compound tires not working out to Bourdais' liking. Try to use them late on a short stint. Smart call, but just didn't quite pay off the way he had hoped. And this could be a huge day for Ari Lindike. Maybe his best career finish. No, wait, it does have a career win. I'll have to look back. I think he was a winner at Phillip Island in 2022. Allister Jr. now 7 seconds up the road. Tony Kanaan going for third. Wow. That would be huge for the 11 team. Nigel Mansell comfortably in 5th. Kenny Bracken 6th. Paul Tracy 7th. Hinchcliffe, Robbie Gordon, AJ Foyt. That's your top 10. Everyone on back. It's on that alternate strategy. So AJ Foyt might feel robbed of his first career win here today. That certainly probably should have happened. Guys like Michael Andretti going to finish 18th. Colton Herta 20th right now. It's just gutting feeling. Greg Moore is still going to end up 26th despite his amazing run through the field. And this is just tentatively, of course, as we still have 3.5 laps remaining, 3 to go at the line. But driver's going to be upset with the way this race went. Will Power a lap down somehow. Huge run down the front stretch for Bourdais. Should be on push to pass here. It's going to get by Lindike into 1. Almost clears. And does so onto the mid-stretch, the Maureen Sweep. That's the Maureen Sweep. Lindike losing a bit of time now. Bourdais' tires might be up to that optimal temperature. It's pretty incredible. Bourdais, even on the prime, is able to get back by Lindike on the option tires. It shows how quick he is as a racer. Here's Al Jr. Gonna be 2 to go this time by for the 3 car. 9-second gap he has created just every lap in the 147s. Having a blast out there right now. And gonna be having a huge party in a few minutes time. Hopefully in victory lane here at Elkhart Lake. As the battle for second continues. The podium is still at stake. If Tony Kanaan can put something together in these last 2 laps. Let's fall back to Kanaan on board. Nigel Mansell closing up a bit. It won't have enough time, I don't think, to get to Kanaan, but 2 seconds a lap quicker, or 1.5 seconds. Might just about get there when this race is over. Mansell is flying right now. hard compound tire. Yeah, this warmer track really working to the hard tire, it seems. I know we are dealing with a discrepancy in just overall pace with some of these cars, but Leyendijk and Kanaan should be able to get by and pass Bourdais, but that was not the case. So we'll check back and see if Mansell gets to Tony Kanaan. Al Jr., however, taking the white flag here at Road America, coming up the hill. Got Sam Hornish Jr. right behind him, a lap down. Maybe looking to get a lap back before it's said and done, just for his own self-esteem and pride's sake. Will Al Jr. give it to him, though? Hornish Jr. is on a bit fresher set of tires. There's where we're at for our battle on the podium. That time by only a 10th quicker for Mansell, so not going to happen for third. Al Jr. up the hill. Looking good under the Corvette bridge. Going to be back-to-back road course wins for the 3 team. Replicating what Sebastian Bourdais was doing early on in the season. So where will this put Al Jr. in the points when it's said and done? He's currently not in the top 10. I can tell you that. So be interesting where it shakes out when we get back on the air with you again in a couple weeks' time. After this race, we will join up in Europe for our European swing. The Red Bull Ring, Nürburgring, and Barcelona, Spain. Can Al Jr. replicate this sort of performance over in Europe? If he can, he could be our points leader when they get back to the States. Al Jr. is going to win here at Road America. Checker flag for the Valvoline number 3 team. For the podium, Sebastian Bourdais second, Leyendijk third, Kanaan fourth. Tight battles back here off the final corner. See Paul Tracy pushing. Take a look as everyone kind of comes by for the finish. What a win for Al Unser Jr. And a lot of what could have been a lot of these drivers. Great run for James Hinchcliffe. He is going to be thrilled with that result. But here's your winner again, Al Unser Jr. Incredible race from the 3 team. Let's take a look at the results while we have our parade lap. From 35th on the grid, definitely your driver of the day, Al Unser Jr. What a race. Prime tires were the right call. You see it there. Bourdais, Mansell, Hinchcliffe, those guys that made it work. See those that start up front. Will Power lap down, finishing 35th. Montoya finishing 20th after being so good early on. Rick Mears with the DNF. Alex Palou back in 15th after leading a lot of this race. Mario Andretti 14th. So yeah, tough race for a lot of these guys that thought they had a good finish in hand. Only to watch it disappear in the last 10, 15 laps. Just want to screenshot our results real quick. We'll go back and check for the incidents. All right. Yeah, incredible race job. Well done by Alonso Jr. Started 35th on the prime tire. All right. Here's the first incident there with Mears and Andretti. Right out our first caution and almost contact there with, I believe it was Dario Franchitti. Here's Sullivan, heavy braking. And contact with, looked like Villeneuve maybe out of gas. Here's a big incident with Hunter Ray and Greg Ray. Oh, this goes over the top and over the barrier. See it again one more time here. It's Greg Ray on pit lane. See here, Emerson Fittipaldi goes out wide. Oh, big contact with Takuma Sada. Wow. That was what put them back. Indeed. Yeah, that was significant. We are almost at the other. Oh, wow. This is the second to last lap. He's on push to pass, I'm sure, trying to catch Rahal and McLaughlin. Gets sideways, gets on the grass, and just throws it away. Quite a few spots for the 3 team. Back on the track in a very interesting way. Car's out of gas. Let's see. I want to see who ran out here. I think that's Scott Dixon. Yep, Dixon out of gas. But your winner, yet again, Alonso Jr. here at Road America. Incredible race. Sebastian Bourdais finishing second. Ari Leyendijk third. That's your podium. We'll be back in a few weeks' time for another IndyCar race. Like I mentioned, let me just double check our schedule. Yeah, we'll be at the Red Bull Ring. That will be in 2 weeks' time. So our next race will actually be in next week with the Stock Car Championship Series. So tune in for that at the Indianapolis Grand Prix. So that is it here today at Road America. Al Jr. pulling off somewhat of an upset. Second road race win in a row for that team. We'll get the points all sorted out for you and be able to check those next time when we're live again at the Red Bull Ring. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend.